Hello everyone, it is game day and now today you join me at the Waterways in Great Yarmouth and in this video I'm going to dissect what happened on Saturday when Peterborough United travelled to Wickam Wanderers, give you my thoughts on not what just happened in that game but what I said during the game and where do we go from here. That's all coming up in this video. So yes, at the weekend I went to Adams Park to watch Wycombe Wanderers versus Peterborough United in the full-time score. Well, I'll give you a quick second to hop over and see that video now. If you've not seen that one, then you can come back to this one. But you've had your fair warning. Now the score in that game was Wycombe Wanderers 5, Peterborough United 2. A bad day at the office for the Posh. A third defeat in a row. They actually dropped to 5th in the table, which I didn't realise at the time they dropped down until I got back in the car. I thought they were still 4th, but they do drop to 5th just. But they're still in it. They're still in the playoffs. They're still in the automatic promotion picture. But things are not good at the club at the minute. There's a very negative mood around the club at the minute. Now, I just want to start off by saying credit to Wickam Wanderers. They clearly had a game plan they didn't want much of the ball, but when they had the ball, they made the most of it. I mean, they scored 5 goals, and yes, they were gifted some chances, don't get me wrong, but they took them, and that's the important thing. And so credit to them, that was a great win, really helps their survival ambitions. I don't think they'll go down. They've got enough quality going forward to stop that. But from a Peterborough United view, where do you start? Well, I think there's only one place you can start really. That's with the goalkeeper, Nicholas Bilakapic. Now, Bilakapic has been a great goalkeeper for Posh so far. He's had his moments, but on Saturday he really did have a bad day at the office. Some people are blaming him for 4 goals. I'm going to probably put it down to, I'll say 2. Did get an own goal, which I think is a little bit unfortunate, but at the same time, his position wasn't the best for that, and the 5th goal was 100% his fault. Other people are blaming him for the 1st goal, but I can't give him the blame for that due to it deflected off Archie Collins. It caught him off guard with that late deflection. I can't really give him the blame for that. And the 3rd goal, which you'll probably get me some stick for not blaming Bilakapic for, that in my opinion he was tackled, and that. The only bit of stick I can give him for that 3rd goal is that it's not the first time that's happened. That's how he got injured. That's how Jed Steer joined the club originally. I think it was the Barnsley game where Nicholas Bilakapic got tackled just as he was about to clear the ball, and Barnsley scored. He actually got injured then below, which led to Jed Steer coming in to support Finn Talley, and it happens again. So even though it's not directly a mistake from him, I suppose he's not really learnt his lessons of just getting the ball clear. But nonetheless, he's still a young goalkeeper. 21, yes, okay, technically an adult, but in terms of a player, he's young, he's very inexperienced, he's not had a lot of first-team football. And what he needs is our support, particularly in the game. I felt he needed the support to try bounce back, at 3-0 down and even at 3-2. I feel like Bilo needed the support to try, get through the game, no more errors. But, I mean, it must be off-putting for him, not only to have an experienced and top-class goalkeeper in Jed Steer pouncing, waiting for you to make a mistake, but then to have the fans sing Jed Steer's name, I still think you put more pressure on you. And I'm not surprised he made that mistake for the 5th goal, because he just had everything. He must be looking over at the bench, looking at Jed Steer, thinking, "You're taking my place." He must be looking at the fans, thinking, "Yeah, they don't want me. They want Jed Steer. I'm under a lot of pressure here. I'm going to get a lot of stick for what I've done today." And unsurprisingly, he made more mistakes. Yeah, because the fans weren't supporting him. And the squad as a whole is a young squad, and I'm going to get onto that in a second, that needs the support. But yeah, I feel really bad for Bilo. Yes, he had a bad game. I think, despite some of the comments from Fergie saying he was going to stick with his keeper, I think he's just going to stick with him, still give him the support. But I think for Bilakapic's own sake, for his own mental health almost, he does need to be replaced. I don't want to say drop because that sounds quite bad. It needs to be replaced by Jed Steer for the game tomorrow night against Port Vale. Now, I want to tell you the meaning of the word scapegoat, and it all comes clear in a second. Scapegoat is where someone is blamed for the mistakes or the wrongdoings of others. And Peterborough United, that is quite a handy word to know, because they do have a few scapegoats. One man in particular who comes under a lot of stick for not a lot of wrongdoing is Ricky J. Jones. Now, the young striker has scored 3 goals in his last 4 games, but yet seems to be the problem, which to me doesn't make sense, because yes, he has a lot of chances. He, often could score a lot more goals than what he could do, and yeah, he's no Johnson Clark Harris, but same with Bilikapic, young player, not too much first team football. This is the first season where he's had consistent first team, starting week in, week out football, and he's not played too badly. Yes, he's not a 30-goal season striker yet, but we've not relied on that sort of striker this season. We've had more goals from the wings, and Randall at Cam, who's another scapegoat. No matter what Joel Randall does, he also gets abused by his own fans. The question is, I suppose, why? Why do Peterborough United fans always blame the same couple of players? I don't know. Generally do not the answer to that question. No matter what they do, they can have a bad performance and get stick, or they can score a goal, be man of the match, and still get stick. And I've had that first hand at games, particularly with Joel Randall, where he's had some blinding performances, scored goals, created chances, and just gets no end of abuse because he's Joel Randall. And I've had it as well, because I've got Joel Randall on the back of my posh shirt, and I get the abuse just because I've got a player's name on the shirt. So that's quite poor, really, from a select few posh fans. Yeah, why are they always the scapegoats? We've conceded lots of goals. Can't blame them all on the goalkeeper. Maybe we've got to blame the defence at some point. Now, mentioning the defence leads us on nicely into the next, I don't want to say problem, thing that sort of annoyed posh fans a little bit more. The mood might be a little bit negative. The right back spot. Now, for the first half of the season, Peter Kioso was on loan from Wycombe United and was Peterborough United starting right back. Fantastic player, and was expectedly recalled in January. Posh were unable to get him back, and now they didn't sign another right back in January. It looks like they did try. Posh to try to get Kioso back, maybe a different right back, but in the end they decided that Jadel Katongo could play right back, and that James Donnelly, who I believe is injured, but when he comes back he could also deputise at right back. And to be honest, I think that's perfectly fine. But unfortunately, once again, young player not given a chance in Jadel Katongo. I don't think he's played that bad at right back. Again, he's no Peter Kioso, but realistically, the only way possibly we're going to get a player with the quality of Peter Kioso to play at right back was if they got Peter Kioso. There's no one available right now, halfway through a League One season for Posh, that they could get that was at the quality of Kioso. It was always going to be either get Kioso back or have a slight downgrade at right back. And I think Jadel Katonga does a perfectly fine job. And I think if James Donnelly comes into the team later on, I think he's a cracking right back. I think he'll be a fantastic right back in the future. I think he's a good one now. And I think he'll do well. But I just can't see how Posh fans can blame one right back on this collapse. I mean, have you got to look at other positions in this team? Have you got to look at the centre backs? Are they too comfy? And what I mean by that is Ronnie Evans and Josh Knight have played a lot of games together. Do they not feel the pressure? Does one of them need to be dropped just to say, oh, hang on, I'm not undroppable here. I've got to step my performances up here. If not, I'm out of the team. People like Romney Critchlow and Emmanuel Fernandez must be looking at this thinking, hang on, I deserve a chance in here. And Harrison Burrows, it's his first year playing full-time left-back, and this is where he's committed to now, left-back, where he's being more of an attacker or defender, and I think he's played really well, and we certainly can't be blaming him for anything. But yeah, you can't put Posh's troubles down to just a right-back, definitely not. And I think we've all got to give Jadel Katonga the chance. Don't just say, oh, that's it, we've ruined it, Katonga's rubbish, we've thrown it away because we didn't sign a right-back. At the end of the day, I have full trust in Dan McAntony and Barry Fry. They know what they're doing. They do get transfers wrong. Everyone gets transfers wrong, but they do get a lot of things right. And recently, they've got a lot of things correct. So I've got full faith that they know what they are doing. So back to that Wickam game then, where Peterborough United lost by 5 goals to 2, and to some comments I made during that game. One comment that caused a little bit of controversy in the comments was what this is Peterborough United fans deserve. And I'll stick by that comment and I'll explain right now what I meant by that. So, this is what Peterborough United fans deserve. Now, I should stress, first of all, I do not mean all Peterborough United fans. It was more than normal on Saturday, but I certainly do not mean all. And not all like this, but on Saturday, Peterborough United fans, they turned up. You know, there was a good singing section, but a lot of them turned up, decided that, you know what, I'm just going to spend 90 minutes abusing our own players, getting worse and worse throughout the game. And then when our team needs a bit of solidarity at the end of the game to show that we're with the players and the players are with us, you decide to abuse them, break the stage on your way out, and leave the team, abandon them. When they need your support, when they need to show that you're there for a young squad, you know, at the end of the game, to see that I think it was 800 Posh fans, there's 800 Posh fans clapping them off, showing that yes, that was a bad performance, but we're with you, we're supporting you. We're here with you right till the very end. You didn't give up, we're not going to give up, we can win promotion. But no, off Posh fans went after abusing them all game, and that just really annoyed me. Why do Posh fans turn up, abuse their own players, try wreck the stadium, which was just stupid? That was only a very small selection, but some fans still did do it, and then off they trot. So yeah, for them Peterborough United fans who feel the right to abuse their own players and then just leave early, you know, give up on the players when the players did not give up in the game, yeah, you don't deserve promotion, you don't deserve a Wembley final because you're just not supporting the team in the correct way. Is there a correct way to support a team? Well, not necessarily, but I can tell you now the correct way to support a team is not to abuse the players for 90 minutes and then just go, oh, do you know what, I'm not even going to show my support for you at the end of the game, to say that I'm still with you, I'm just going to leave. Bye. So that's what I meant by that comment. So is it the fans' fault? I never thought I'd say that, because in football it's never the fans' fault. But I think in this case there's going to have to be an exception, and it's not, again, not all fans. So I don't want all fans saying, oh, it's not my fault, how dare you say that, 'cause it's not. It's a small proportion. That small proportion was a little bit bigger at the weekend, but it's a small percentage of the fan base that's making the rest of it look quite bad. Even when Posh were doing well, there was still negativity, there's still abuse towards players, and I think it's getting to some of them now, and that's what's causing the poor performances. A prime example of this is the Wimbledon EFL Trophy quarter-final, okay? Quarter-final, you're 2-0 up, win this game, you're 1 win away from Wembley. 1 win away from Wembley. There was so much negativity. So much negativity. And I don't get why. Yes, okay, they scored 2 in 4 minutes and didn't score again until the 95th minute. But they didn't need to. They didn't need to go out there and try injure themselves trying to get a third when, you know, they were comfy in the game. And when they did concede, what did they do? They got the third, so they knew they could just turn it on when they needed to and see the game out. But there was so much player abuse in that game when a team is so close to Wembley, and that's when they were winning. So can you imagine how they feel like when they start losing and they see the abuse? So, you know, if you're a Posh fan watching this and think, you know, I often give the players a bit of stick. Why? Why did you choose to do that to your own player? You know, you're paying your money to go watch the Posh, and you choose to abuse your own players, and it's just baffling to me how you could choose to do that. But hopefully we've got a game tomorrow against Port Vale. Hopefully Posh fans can turn up in the numbers. I'm hopefully going to be there. Posh fans can turn up in the numbers, support their lads, and we can turn this season around, or get a win to start the revival of this season, because automatic promotion is not gone yet, not at all. If we can get a decent winning run together, we've got a nice little run of fixtures coming up, we can get a decent winning run together, we'll soon be looking at that top 2 once again. But you've just got to stick with the players. And for the odd couple of fans that said Fergie out, really? Really? Who are we going to hire if we sack him? Fergie? Oh no, because we've just sacked him. So, yeah, definitely not Fergie out. That's a ridiculous statement. Stick by the players. They're a young squad, they're a very talented squad, and they need your support more than ever. Hopefully, at London Road tomorrow, we can bring the atmosphere and the players can get back on a winning run. But yes, so my final takeaway from this video is that of let's back the players. Let's not give Nicholas Bilakapic too much of a hard time. I'm sure Jez Steele will start tomorrow. If it is Bilakapic, don't boom straight. That's my one fear that I did want to mention at the end of this video. If Nicholas Bilakapic starts tomorrow, don't give him stick before we've even kicked off. Give him a chance, please. And in terms of Ricky J. Jones and Joel Randall, it's not always their fault. Don't turn up and think, right, it's their fault, win or lose, it's their fault. It might be someone else's fault. It might be no one's fault. Very rarely do teams go unbeaten. There's been 2 invincibles in English football, Preston and Arsenal, that's it. So, not every team's going to win every single game and go unbeaten every year. Give the players a chance. But yes, we have come to the end of another video here on Game Day. If you have enjoyed this one, please don't forget to like and subscribe. Leave a comment to share your views on Peterborough United or what's going on at your club, whether the mentality at your club in the minute is positive or negative, and you think your club will end the season. But yes, once again, thank you very much for watching. Hopefully I'll be at the Posh game tomorrow for Game Day, and I'll see you for the next one. Goodbye.